Hey y'all, I finally have time to actually show you how to use Blocksi. So I am going to show you how to get your classrooms to show up in here. And then I'm going to show you how to actually use some of the tools. This isn't going to look exactly right because our students over here at the middle school are barely getting their Chromebooks like today. So chances are they don't have them on even. But you'll be able to see the kids and things will actually be happening in here. So I'm going to hide my face so we can see a little bit easier. And let's go. So when you first get in, you're not going to have anything in here. Um, well, I guess I'll show you to get there first. The first thing you're going to do is just go to Blocksi.net, and then you'll click Sign In as Teacher and use your Google credentials, and then it'll drop you right in here. Now from here, you have a few different things you can do. Namely, the thing you should do is probably just import from classes, um, or import your classes from Classroom. When you do this, it'll pull them all, and it'll give you every one that you haven't already imported. So these are all the ones that I just happen to have. If you want to bring one in, then you just click that one, and then say OK. But you also don't have to do it this way. If you have a group of kids you need to monitor for whatever reason, you can just click this big button that says create new class. Maybe we'll just call this like weekly RTI group, somebody who's not like on a schedule. We'll make them this color. Sure. This class is like 45 minutes long and we don't have any policies, so we're going to worry about that later. And we'll just say create class. Now I can click in here and bang, now there's nobody in here. But what I can do from here is click on students and just look for the kids I'm looking for. So for example, I could look for my son, or I could look for my daughter, because that's the benefit of having your kids in the district, is you can use them for demonstration purposes. And then I can say add students. And now they're both in. So what you're going to see when you import the kids, before you start class, your start buttons are right here, is you're just going to see their names and this little Blocksi thing. This means that they have the license and that they're good to go. And if you're seeing them, then they're good to go. None of these tools work if you don't start class. So I'm going to start class. Now you can see here that they have these little things, and we'll cover these in a minute. So let's go through some of the little tools, just kind of from the top down. Up here, if your class period is going for longer than the time, you can edit some of that. You can also, right here, this block or allow, you can open this up, say allow, and you can put in a website you want the kids to be able to access. Obviously, that's an always allowed website. But maybe there's one you don't want them to be able to access, like what am I trying to say here? sportsillustrated.com. Maybe I don't want them to be able to go on that one. Blog page. Now they can't get on that one. You could really prevent them from having a good time and prevent them from looking up Amazon. Whatever. You can also save these lists as you do it. So, we just call this one the typical list here. Success. And then if I wanted to load this up, I could choose this list specifically and then load it. And then I'll have it every time. You can also disable this if you want to be able to go to these websites for whatever reason. Just this is, how we would make like the block allow list in Vision, but it's a whole lot easier. So that's this part right here. And you can do this very quickly from right here too. Like if you see there's a website they shouldn't be on, you want to block it very quickly, you can do it this way. Let's go through these tools because these are kind of the bread and butter of it. Heads up is like what you're used to seeing if you used Vision. So basically what it does is it stops everything else from working on their computers. So I can say 10 minutes, confirm. And now they cannot do anything on these devices for 10 minutes. If that's too much time or you're moving past it, you can just cancel the heads up. Next thing is the share and enforce. The difference between them is that sharing just opens that page on all the devices, and enforcing closes every other tab. And only opens up your tab. So if I wanted my students in here to be able to open things, I could say, if we're going to do our DMACsolutions.net, and we're going to do our DMAC testing. I'm just going to enforce this page, and how long we're enforcing it for? The whole class. Confirm. Now the only thing they can be on is that DMAC page and its subsequent pages that go with it. So if I just want to open a new one, I'll just say share. I can message them, all my kids at the same time from here. I can also turn on assessment mode. Assessment mode blocks all the traffic coming into except for the sites that we allow, which would be, the apps.dmacsolutions.net for your DMAC testing. Add field. You can choose a group and then you just confirm. And then they're in assessment mode until they're done. You can say stop assessment. You can share your screen with them so that they can see what you're looking at, just to help them understand concepts. You can also set up a little video conference with them. If you have any kids who are working remotely, but they're working in synchronous teaching with you. The include-exclude buttons, basically, if I exclude Ty here and then I do this heads up, it will prevent Summer from doing anything, but Ty is still free to keep doing whatever he's doing on his device. You can do this quickly if you know who you want to affect by clicking this group button and creating a new group. So I'm going to call this group, excuse me, there go the bells. So I'm going to call this group we'll call them the Slackers. And who's in the Slackers? Just Summer. It's in the Slackers safe. And then if I need to heads up to only the Slackers, I can do that. You can also do this as a way to get multiple, kids together. So maybe you have kids who are working on, a group together, and you just want to keep them monitored. You can have group 1. She's already in the group. You can divide them up into different things. And that's really about it. The insights part, of course. So I'm going to stop now. Class has ended. Thanks. And with class going, I can actually hit this insights button. So I'm going to actually back this up for just a second to show you all of this from 2 different views. So if I click this class history, I can click on this view analytics button here. And when you click on this view history, it shows you, you can change this to however many, but it'll show you how many times you started class. So the date, when you started it, when you ended it, the students, number that were in it, none in this case. And then this view analytics button. Obviously, they didn't do anything because they weren't in. They don't have their Chromebooks either. But here it'll give you a breakdown of the categories they were in. This will tell you the popular websites for your kids who were on there, average time on websites, what they were doing in here. You can also break it down by users independently if you have users in here, and get all different kinds of reports. It's very cool. So if you have any questions about this, please let me know. It's not a very complicated program, and honestly, I think it works a ton better than Vision ever did. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and thanks for watching.